this week on a Bubble Chat.
She's not only a rich kid because of her parents, but she's the rich kid because her parents have put her on writing credits and all kinds of things.
I know you're going through your heartbreak and you've been with a person for 6 years and you break up with them.
I seen Bobby. Bobby was working so hard, he was sweating.
I feel like they've been keeping it to themselves because they don't want to lose their job. I mean, they wanted to tell what happened, but they gave in until like years later.
Your mom has a thing for trolls. She's dated quite a few.
Hilarious.
Ooh. All right, moving on.
Welcome to all our bubblers. You are about to experience the most vibrant, effervescent podcast that's full of ignorance, and unprofessionalism. Because that's what we do here. Did you think you were going to get some professional? Oh, we're getting a family here. A family of dysfunction. We got somebody who's majorly depressed. That would be me. But you would never know it. Then you got a sex symbol, Uncle Ruben. Then you got comedian extraordinaire, Shay. You have the mastermind of all this effervescent dysfunctionality. My wonderful, my handsome, my amazing, my favorite nephew of all time. Don't tell the other two. Alrighty. Who's up next?
Today we're graced with the presence of an extraordinary individual. Please join us in giving a warm welcome to our guest co-host, Bella Drew, a comedic virtuoso known for their side-splitting wit and captivating storytelling.
They're not here yet.
Because they're magic. They're here. We just cannot see them.
And they will appear any minute. And until then,
abracadabra.
So, buckle up, dear listeners, as we embark on this exhilarating adventure of music, laughter, and all things pop intertwined with a tapestry of captivating subjects. Now, without further ado, it's time for Pop Talk.
To start off with this Beyoncé-themed episode, in the whirlwind of 3-4 extravaganza that was the Club Renaissance in Washington, D.C., one of the undeniable highlights was the electrifying dance performance by none other than Blue Ivy Carter, honey, and she did her thing. The 11-year-old, Blue Ivy only 11? The 11-year-old daughter of power couple Jay-Z and Beyoncé, having gradually risen to her own stardom throughout the power. Hold on, let me put my glasses on, babies. I'm so sorry, I tried.
I came in here like the SWAT team. Can I get
throughout the tour. Blue Ivy commanded the stage as a background dancer, making her mark in songs like Diva, the empowering anthem Run the World Girls. Even Beyonce's sister, the talented singer and songwriter Solange Knowles, took to Instagram to share her admiration, referring to herself as Blue's auntie only. In the spotlight were iconic features like the Obamas, who graced the event with their presence, alongside Vice President Kamala Harris and Second Gentleman Douglas Emhoff. The list of luminaries didn't end there, with Solange, Jay-Z, and Tina Knowles adding to the star power that illuminated the night. Now, let's turn to the spotlight to our own thoughts. What do you both think that Blue Ivy's dance performance on the overall show about? Wait, What do you think about the impact of Blue Ivy's dance performance on the overall show? How do you see her influence shaping the world of entertainment in the future? Okay, well, first let me say this. I really think Blue Ivy is staying in her lane. She's not too grown. She's not, doing too much. She's still, being a kid. So she's very respectful. I think her wardrobe is appropriate. And, she's a talented young girl who has it in her blood. Her daddy is Jay-Z and her mama is Beyonce. And I can't wait till she has her own tour because I really believe she's going to rap. Me personally. What do y'all think?
I just want to start by saying this. I know and you did not just what I had.
What?
Anyway.
Yeah, I think same thing. I think she's kind of just been doing her thing. She hasn't been too out there. They've always been protective of her. She's been out there in the public eye, but never been too out there. She's been in the public, but also never been too out there in the public, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But on this tour, I think she's coming to her own as a dancer. And at times, she's even taken the spotlight away from her mom on a lot of the videos that I've seen where, some of the video, I watched the video before we came on the air to record this. She was at the DC show. I know it was at the New Jersey show. It was one of the longer performances I had seen her dance through, and it was like going on for a while. And, her mom just let her be there dancing, and she wasn't like the spotlight of the dance, but she was holding her own. It wasn't like so I think she's going to have whatever she chooses to do. If she chooses to have a life in the public eye, I think it's going to be perfectly fine. But if she doesn't, I think it'll be perfectly fine too.
I agree.
Eve, what are your thoughts? Excuse me.
Well, so this is my thoughts.
Yes.
I'm going to keep it real.
I like that hat.
First, it's Essential. Oh, that's the name of the brand. Essential. But anyhow, my thoughts are this. Let's be real. Blue is a rich kid. All right? And she's not only a rich kid because of her parents, but she's a rich kid because her parents have put her on writing credits and all kinds of things, making sure that she's going to be a silver spoon baby. Now, being a silver spoon baby doesn't mean that you won't work in life and you won't have experiences or downtime. But just let's be real. She is a rich kid. She is a silver spoon baby, and that's okay. We're happy for her that she's a silver spoon baby. What amazes me about Blue is that there's something that, and I don't know her, but it's just something that comes across in her that is just so humble, much like her mother, that the way she waves and the way when someone yells her name and she waves at them, and there's just the innocence there that I really appreciate, and a preciousness. She's a beautiful girl. She actually reminds me a lot of my grandchild, who's a couple of years older.
Yeah.
The way she moves, the way she carries herself. I love her dancing, and I got to give her props, whether broke or poor, whether broke, poor, or rich. Let me tell you, she does what a lot of us could never do, and that is dance in front of hundreds of thousands of people with confidence and grace. She's hitting the moves in her own style. I don't know what her hopes and dreams are for the future, but watching her gives me hope. It gives me hope for girls that look like her in all their varying shades, having that confidence, believing in themselves that they can stand up in front of, 6 figures of people performing and doing their thing and reaching for the dream. So I love seeing, I saw a couple performances, and I can't tell you which performance it was, but it was one performance in particular that she was getting it, and my eyes started to water. And when I heard the crowd chanting her name, there was something powerful about that, because we all know that Black women are the most disrespected, undervalued humans on this planet. And this little Black girl had hundreds of thousands of people cheering her name and rooting for her. And there's something so beautiful about humanity and about people rooting for the little Black girl.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, Blue Ivy absolutely killed it. She absolutely did. And I think this like shows the bond that Beyonce and Blue have together, you know, and I'm pretty sure their bond just keeps like growing and growing and growing. And I really love that bond they have together. And I'm pretty sure that bond will continue to go on.
Is it kind of like the bond you have with your mother?
Similar, at least.
Can I add one thing too? On that DC show, Beyonce, the tour, they ended up paying $100,000 to the DC Metro so it would stay open an hour later so that people could get home, which I think is great.
Wow.
For 98 stations to stay open an hour later so that people get home. You know, I've ridden on that DC Metro and that DC Metro closes. So, yeah, and so it's amazing.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, so you know, that show's 3 hours long, so that's pretty good. I think that was pretty cool. Something that I was reading as I was researching.
I love them.
Do you get to bring snacks into the concert?
No, you're gonna have to buy your snacks.
You can bring snacks, honey. Put them in your bosom.
You know what? I might put them in his hat.
Yes.
You might have to take the hat off.
You could put a whole hot dog in that hat.
Girl, I could put an In-N-Out burger, some fries, and probably a milkshake. You see?
Yeah, a whole bag. I would.
I mean, the concessions are expensive, so you might as well.
All right, let's talk about unraveling Britney Spears, Joanne.
Oh my
Okie
God.
dokie. Well, coming up next, we'll delve into the recent
I don't know why we're unraveling Britney Spears.
Because was she ever raveled?
Ah! Unraveling the Britney Spears saga.
Okay, who's singing? Okay, here you go. It's your time. Whose turn is it?
Joanne.
Oh, yeah, Joanne, take it away.
Okay, well, coming up next, we'll delve into the recent developments surrounding Britney Spears and Sam Asghari. As you may already know, it was revealed that Sam Asghari had initiated divorce proceedings from Britney Spears. Just 3 days after this news surfaced, Britney herself addressed the divorce situation, noting that her post on the matter curiously left her out any reference to a horse. And according to CNN, Britney expressed her struggle with enduring pain and shared that she had maintained a facade, I hope I said it right, of strength for a prolonged time. Before we dive into details, let's open the floor to our thoughts. How do you both perceive the significance of Britney's candid revelations about her emotional state, and how might this shed light on the challenges many public figures face when dealing with personal struggles?
Well, I'll just say I'm praying for her. That's what I'll say. That's all I want to say.
I want to say she still has a great figure. I'm just going to keep it real. She's a very talented entertainer, and she definitely is in my thoughts and best wishes, and I don't wish any bad on the lady. Please, Britney fans, don't come after me, but I want to know who is doing her hair extensions. Because she looked like she ordered them from AliExpress. And someone put them in with a hot glue gun. And I mean, that's my major concern. I mean, we all deal with heartbreak, and I hope she gets over this. And she's had a painful, the last decade has been very painful for her. There has been a lot of betrayal and hurt and all that kind of stuff, and I understand that. But I mean, my biggest question is who is doing those hair extensions? Because I mean, everybody talking about how she's worth millions and she made millions and she still got millions. I want to know who's doing her hair extensions because they got me hot mad. Hot mad. Hot mad.
Ruben?
Well, I can't follow up the hair extensions, but I was reading and she posted on Instagram and she was talking about some of the stuff. And some of the stuff that she said was if people knew the pain she was going through, they'd put her in like a hospital to get fixed for a long time, put her in a hospital a long time to get fixed. But she's going to be her daddy's good little soldier and soldier on. And, sometimes, I know that's people's outlet to be on social media, but sometimes I think some people need to be monitored and keep that stuff to themselves. I know it's an outlet for some, but I know you're going through your heartbreak and you've been with a person for 6 years and you break up with them after being married for a year or a little over a year. You've been married. So, you're going through your issues. I guess that's your way of letting it go.
He knew
And
what
then posting a video of you in a green thong and dancing to, I forgot what the song you were dancing to that you posted is under. So it's just all kind of odd, but people deal with things how they deal with things, and sometimes you have to deal things with privately, I think. And I think that's kind of the bad thing of being in the public eye for so long in your life. You always have to deal with things in the public eye and you don't know how to deal with things privately. And
I mean, she was imprisoned one time. So I think whatever I think about her expressing herself, whether I think it's productive or unproductive, it's not to be honest with you, it's not my business. I don't have to watch it. But that's her freedom, and she that lady has been through a lot. God bless her.
I agree with you. She's been through a lot, and just reading some of the stuff. It just hopefully she can get through it, and she can praying for her, I guess.
Go on.
Our screening's done but the best. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, coming up next, NSYNC reunion unveiled.
That's now Eve.
Oh, so NSYNC reunion is happening. So, you remember the boys band from in the 90s? Well, NSYNC is coming back together again. There's no longer any bye bye boy. There's gonna be
boo. Boo. It was terrible.
Oh, I cracked myself up. All right.
I'm glad you cracked yourself up because
brace yourself for a nostalgic trip down memory lane as the iconic NSYNC gears up for a long-awaited reunion on the big screen. The much anticipated film, I really don't know who's anticipating it, but Trolls Band Together is set to hit theaters this November, and it's already sending waves of excitement through the entertainment world. I'm obviously not part of that world. According to a report by Entertainment Tonight, there's an extra layer of surprise in store for those of you who are going to spend your $15 to go see the movie, as the former NSYNC bandmates are expected to make surprise appearances in the film, adding a dash of intrigue to an already thrilling production. Now, can I say this? It's like, people know. But the excitement doesn't stop there. The movie boasts an array of playful nods to other iconic boy bands, from the smooth harmonies of Boys to Men to the timeless appeal of the Backstreet Boys, and of course, the beloved NSYNC. As we eagerly await the release of the Trolls band together, it's time for us to dive into speculation. What role do you envision the NSYNC members might play in the film? How do you think the reunion will contribute to the nostalgia and excitement of both the movie and fans alike? I would just like to say that I mean, why they couldn't put Bobby Brown's group in there?
Oh, New Edition? That's the original boy band.
I mean, because have you seen Bobby Brown's moves lately?
He ain't seen them. Bobby Brown ain't even seen him.
Oh my God!
Bobby Brown ain't
Let me tell you. I seen Bobby. Bobby was working so hard, he was sweating. I mean, the sweat was dripping, and he did this little turnaround. He said, "Stomp, stomp, stomp, stomp," and he got on around there. He's still trying. I mean, it was a slow turnaround, but he's still doing his thing. So I'm not mad. It's his prerogative.
It's his prerogative.
Bless his heart. Well, them other additions, they doing it. Bobby Brown, he looked like he danced like he got gout.
Girl, that's how I move and walk into work every day. Like I got
me gout. Too, girl.
I mean, and got gout. I'm like G&G, got gout and gas.
Hilarious. Okay, let's move right along.
Wait,
so I was reading. We don't need to speculate anymore. I already figured out what the role is going to be for them NSYNC boys. They're going to be the band that the lead character of the Trolls movie is they're going to be the backup band or whatever. That's probably what their roles are going to be. So I ruined the Trolls band, whatever the hell the name of the movie, band together. That's going to be their roles, and they're going to probably be the lead song in that movie. So there you go.
Can I say something real quick?
Boo, Uncle Ruben.
Let me just say something real quick before I've been enjoying Trolls ever since the first movie came out. It really is about bringing music together and the meaning of music, and with these many different themes that they added, especially the NSYNC one, where they reveal staying alive, everybody back. I'm not gonna lie, I'm ready for the soundtrack of Trolls band together. I'm ready for that soundtrack to come.
I'm glad you are. I'm glad.
We know it's a topic. We know, but nephew, I have something to tell you about.
What is it?
Your mom has a thing for trolls. She's dated quite a few.
Hilarious.
Ooh. All right, moving on. If we have nothing else about Trolls,
I'm going to plead the fifth.
If we have nothing else about dating trolls, blowing trolls' hairs back, holding on to trolls, playing with trolls, watching the Trolls movies, I got a pocket or any of that stuff, singing about Justin Timberlake or anything like that.
I love Justin Timberlake.
Move on to legal battles and reality TV.
All right, Ruben.
All right. So shifting our attention to the upcoming narrative, legal battles have taken center stage as NBC Universal and Bravo find themselves in the crosshairs of intense scrutiny. Allegations of mistreatment against their reality stars have ignited a legal firestorm. With lawyers ramping up their efforts against companies, the heat has been turned up a notch, particularly as these stars are released from their what legal experts are labeling a draconian confidentiality agreement. In recent development, attorney Brian Friedman has taken a decisive step by sending a pointed letter to the companies asserting that the non-disclosure agreements in question violate California law. This law specifically bars companies from compelling employees to sign NDAs that prevents disclosure of illegal activities. The accusations laid out by Friedman encompass a range of serious allegations, including racism, sexism, sexual violence, revenge porn, child labor violations, and even forced intoxication. As we dig into the details, it is essential to consider the broader implications of this legal battle on reality TV landscape and the industry's handling of such matters. How do you interpret the potential outcomes of this legal clash?
I just want to start off by saying this. I feel like, to me, when it comes to, what happens behind the scenes, especially like, for very young actors and actresses, I feel like they have to keep it a secret, whether they've been sexually assaulted, racist, have experienced racism. I feel like they've been keeping them to themselves because they don't want to lose their job. I mean, they wanted to tell what happened, but they gave in until like years later. Any of your thoughts?
My thoughts are this. So if they're making sign these ridiculous non-disclosure agreements, I think that, yes, you shouldn't reveal who wins, who goes home, what episode. But outside that is your life experience. And beyond the competition, you should have the ability to share what happened to you, good or bad. So, but I mean, it doesn't, even with editing, because they can make people look crazy on there or mean on there, which they have done season after season. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I've been of opinion that a lot of them judges there's some racial, if not, I'm just going to say it because, we be trying not to say the word, but I'm going to say it. Some racist tendencies, some bigotry, some prejudices. I've been watching the show for years, and I have just decided that they have sent my all-time favorite, Koto Momogu, home. I'm over it. I'm going to watch another season. And the only reason why I watch this season, and I'm going to say it, is if, some other fashion designers like Laurence Bijme, if they make it, then I'll go on and watch it and see what they produce. But this is my last season of Project Runway. They've been having some bigotry, some sexism, their little favorites.
Wow.
For years. But you see it with who goes home. And then, there is a little small clause that all reality shows have, is that even when it's judging competition, the production team should, to be honest with you, that I don't think should have any say in it. They have a say in who goes home too. Because sometimes someone should go home, but they'll keep them because of the way they look or their personality. Whether they bring drama or not. So, or they want, so anyhow, that's my thoughts. I love some Project Runway. I have for years because I used to want to be a fashion designer, and then my mama said no, so then I gave it up. So
you would have been a great one.
Huh?
You would have been a great one.
I would. You know what? I would have hoped that I would have been a good one, but I would have been that type of one. Who would I have been like? Uncle Ruben?
I don't know.
You don't know who I would have been like?
No.
I think I would have been the one crying and then telling my partner, you better cry and cut too.
Oh, you talking about Zulima?
Yeah, that was like one of my all-time favorite Project Runway moments. When Sis told her partner, Cara, you better cry and cut, cry and work. You can cry, but you better keep it going.
That's right.
What is that, Mom?
Stop, Scout. Say hi to Scout. Okay, move, Scout. Get off me. You're heavy. You're going to fall.
Mm.
Okay, anyway. I totally agree with Eve. You could tell. I mean, I don't watch it a lot, but when I do, I have felt that. So I can't lie. I have definitely felt that. What about you, Joanne?
I already gave my 2 cents.
Oh, so I was reading about one of the situations on Below Deck, and one of the guys lost his job where he was half naked and he tried to get in one of the stewards' rooms and he lost his job, but he was trying to sue to get his job back. But it's like, dude, you half naked trying to get into a girl's drunk, half naked trying to get into a girl's room. Like, you should lose your job. But,
Right.
Is that for TV or are you blaming the TV production for giving you too much alcohol? And that's what a lot of this shit's saying is like, a lot of these people are saying that they've been given too much alcohol. Like, now, you have a choice to drink alcohol or not drink alcohol. I'm a firm believer in that.
Right. And you should know you should definitely know your limits.
Yeah, but young people.
I've been drunk. Now I've gotten on a few tabletops or what have
Got on a few tables. Where was I? Shit. That was before B?
That was before you.
Oh.
Hilarious.
But, I just want to say that I have never tried to take advantage of anybody but my husband when I have been drunk.
That is true.
Yeah, well, some people,
Yeah, I just found it funny that people were suing for that, trying to get their job back. Like, dude, you're an idiot. Like, how could you be left alone on a ship again? Like, this ain't the Navy. Oh, wait, did I say that out loud? Ooh, shit.
Joanne can edit it.
It's okay. I'm fine. The Navy's got its issues. They're filled with idiots, rapists, and shit like that. All right.
Before we take a break, we would like to send our heartfelt sorrow to all those affected by the devastating fires in Maui. People lost their homes, their lives, their pets, and it was just a really devastating event. So there is a Maui fire disaster relief that you can Google and donate to if you have a few extra coins. Once again, our prayers and wishes for all those who have suffered due to the fire.
And also, the GoFundMe that we're going to link has also been set up for the woman who lost everything to help prepare for some of the homes. But yeah, our heart is with the citizens of Maui during this unimaginable time. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
All right. We touched on this a little bit earlier, but in the last episode of All Stars, the designers had a challenge, and basically they had to, I like to call it, what did they call it, Ruben? I like to call it.
It was like a catch-22 double bind.
Yeah, double bind, but I call it a twofer. So basically what they had to do is they would get 2 words, 2 type of fashion styles, and they would have to make a garment that meets their needs. So like an example was, I believe Koto got formal and casual.
Yeah.
And so she made these bad ass wide leg pants out of brocade. And then she made a bomber jacket to complement it. Actually, I love the pants. The bomber was okay, but I'll be honest, I'm not a bomber girl, so I wouldn't like it. But those pants were everything. I'm over here trying to figure out how I can get some coins so I can have her make me them pants for a Beyonce concert. Because I would be so fly with a t-shirt with that. But that's neither here nor there. Moving along, she went home for that. But yet and still, we have people on the show, and I have love for most of the designers on there, who just didn't rise to the challenge, right? They had one girl, now I had to give it to her. She's one of their little favorites, but I had to give it to her. She should have been gone home, but she's still there. And anyhow, she did this.
Went on like 4 challenges ago.
She did this beautiful gown. It was a black bodysuit, and then it was a sheer all over. And what was her word?
Modest and sexy or something. Yeah,
modest and sexy. So
Okay.
how the heck is a see-through dress as beautiful as it was? How the hell did that meet the challenge of modest? But they made an excuse for her and said the ideal of the silhouette was modest. The silhouette ain't modest. I see all her hair is cheeks and her camera towel.
That shit was not modest.
It's
No
wrong.
honesty to that
But they
shit
made a way
at
for
all.
her. They made a way for her. But anyhow, the rest did end up winning the challenge. The bottom 3 were Bishmay, Projay, and Koto. And Koto went home. And to be honest with you, I don't believe Koto went home on her design. I think she went home because she stood up to the judges and called them out on their hypocrisy and how their critique don't make no sense.
Yeah,
That's why she went home. Because when she went home, and they barely said goodbye to her like they do everybody else. And then on top of that, they had the nerve. They had the nerve not to look at her in her eye. So you already know they did her dirty. But that's okay because Koto always going to rise to the top. She always going to rise to the top.
And Koto has been in the top in the finale and each of the other 2 seasons she's been on there.
They always made her number 2. They never always put her up. She
and Nina is like this crazy over Colombian woman that's never worked a day in her life. You know, everything's been given to her privilege. So, you know, she's so full of herself, thinking she's, you know, I was reading about her. She's so full of herself. She thinks she knows everything. You know,
let me say this. She knows fashion, but I feel like she's very biased, and I'm sticking to it. I could be 100%.
If you're Latino, man, if you're a Latinx designer, she's going to protect you on that damn show.
Do they got any left?
Not this year, because I only had like 1 or 2.
But I mean, I'm okay with that because there have been some fire Latinx designers, but I'm just saying there just be some stuff going on. Oh my God. They are here. Hey, Bella. Hey, Bella. Hello. Hi. I'm so sorry. Well, hi. I'm so nice to
how are you?
meet you. Hi. So nice to meet all of you.
Let's shift that focus to a film that close to the heart and tug in the peak but Flaming Hot. And yes, I'm talking about none other than the Flaming Hot Cheetos, the fiery addictive snack that
Yeah.
I love favorite. But the film isn't just about as that clearly, it's about the incredible journey of Richard Montagne, the visionary who invented Flaming Hot Cheetos. Directed by none other than Eva Longoria herself. I hope I got it right. This movie is available on both Hulu and Disney Plus, and it marks a feature-length directorial debut and an extra layer of intrigue to the already captivating narrative. The film takes on a captivating ride through Richard's life story from humble beginnings where he sold burritos to his classmate Ali Kidd to working at a diner, Frito-Lay, and eventually rising to the role of director of multicultural marketing. His trajectory is nothing short of inspiring, and what resonates deeply in the theme of starting from the bottom and relentlessly climbing to the top, and embodiment of the American dream. I'm going to be honest, I love this movie so much that I just want to eat like 4 packs of hot Cheetos. What is that? What is that?
Why, I don't even know why you lying. You wanted to eat 4 packs of hot Cheetos even before you see the movie.
I loved it. If I'm allowed to talk, I personally loved it. I loved how it addressed the racism that happened, like just the racism like throughout the entire kind of history. Because like you know how you have like Black history with like the Black oppression, but then you have the entire side of the Mexican, like on like the Hispanic side of being just as beat up by the police, just as having the racial slurs. You know, the scene comes in when the little boy and the mom and the baby, she's just holding a baby trying to take care of her kid, and this white guy is assaulting her kid. I would just be just upset being like, you can't touch my child like that, you know? So interesting to see the dynamic racial side of all of it and learning something new. Because I never really liked hot Cheetos. That's more my sister's vibe, you know, but it's like hearing the story behind it. And I love Tony Shalhoub in it. I'm not going to lie. He's very different with the mustache because I know him from Marvelous Mrs. Maisel as the dad. So it's nice for him to have like the real life everything that comes into, you know, with it. And I thought it was just amazing to go over to see just all the racism and badness in the world, trying to come back with all the goodness and like the hierarchy of like the triangle, like the pyramid scheme that companies are a part of. You know, you have the workers on the bottom and the very few on the top. You know, it's all about working your way up to the top with hard work and everything like that too. But I thought it was really good.
Amazing.
I don't know if I did it right, but that's, yeah.
Oh, you were perfect. And your smile is everything.
Thank you.
So yeah, so watching the movie, I really enjoyed the movie. I thought seeing his story and watching him, one thing I could say that the dude was a hustler, you know, being a former drug dealer and just being a knucklehead and just not being able to find a way to make a living for his family and then getting hired on to Frito-Lay and starting as janitor and then learning everything he could from this guy, this black guy. I forgot what his job was, like floor manager. And his floor manager trying to get a promotion, and he learned everything he could from him. And basically, neither one of those guys could get moved up because there was basically a white guy in charge, and this black guy was always knew everything he could about this factory, this plant, and he taught the Mexican guy everything. Richard Martinez, everything he could about this factory. And neither one of them could get ahead because there was always somebody in charge. But then it was like, you're the CEO from PepsiCo, Frito-Lay on this thing. He said, call me if you have any ideas. And he called directly to the CEO and said, I got an idea. And that's how the whole idea about hot Cheetos the Flamin' Hot Cheetos came about. And the guy was like, you heard my video? And he's like, yes. And everybody was freaked out because he called directly to the CEO. And it's like taking that one leap. And he went from taking that one leap to becoming the CEO of this major brand. And then on top of that, they were trying to kill his brand, but he used his drug dealer connects, his drug dealer family to buy all the Flamin' Hot Cheetos in Southern California so that it could show that it was a big hit, a big product. And he created this demand by just getting his kids to talk about it. He'd go into stores and get them to talk about it. It was just like, he was just real smart about it. So I enjoyed the movie. Yeah, I know it was dramatized, but I thought it was really good. I thought it did really well. Told a really great story. Rags to riches, every man's story. So I really enjoyed it.
And on that note, make sure you take out Flamin'. And Mom, I have to go ahead and find out because I can tell you're ready to clock the fuck down.
Okay.
Unless anyone thinks something.
No, I'm good.
Why are you like that?
You just want to start some shit, Joanne.
You go for it.
Okay, so first of all, I always enjoy y'all. You're my family. I'm very glad that Bella's on. That's a blessing. Can't wait to see you. And this was an awesome day. And I just love y'all so much. And we do have fun. We are unprofessional, and that's fun too. And I think people understand that and they like that because they are too sometimes.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're going to sign off. And that wraps another delightful session here on the Bubble Chat. We've explored, discussed, and laughed our way through a range of topics from pop culture to personal journeys, leaving no conversational stone unturned. Before we sign off, we'd love to hear your thoughts on the topics we've delved into today. Your insights and perspectives mean the world to us, and they're what make our podcast community thrive. As we bid your farewell for now, remember that bubble of curiosity and exploration is always here, waiting for us to dive back in. If you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button, wherever you get. If you haven't already, I'm going to pause so you can edit that. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcast. That way you won't miss out on any of our exciting discussions and insightful journeys.
I hear that word captivating, insightful, or delightful anymore. I'm going to kill myself.
You're waving and she's still talking here, just like, okay, yeah, let's wrap it up.
I gotta go because Ahsoka Disney is waiting for me. I am Star Wars City.
And on that note, from all of us here at the Bubble Chat, thank you for tuning in. Stay curious, stay engaged, and we can't wait to welcome you back to our Bubble Chat of intriguing conversation.
As long as it's insightful, delightful, or captivating.
Take care, and until next time.
Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bye, Joe. Bye, all.